You think you're making decisions consciously, don't you? You sit down, weigh the pros and cons, imagine the outcomes, and convince yourself that your choices are entirely rational. But here's the thing. Your brain has been playing tricks on you all along. Decisions aren't as complicated as they seem. In fact, there's one simple trick your mind uses to make choices easier, and if you understand it, you can actually use it to your advantage in daily life. Let's start with an example. Imagine you're at a coffee shop staring at the menu. There are 20 different drinks, pastries, and combinations. Your first instinct is to analyze. Should you go for a latte or a cappuccino? Croissant or muffin? Should it be hot or iced? You start comparing, your mind jumps from one option to another, and suddenly, what should have been a simple choice feels exhausting. This is decision fatigue creeping in. The more options your brain has to process, the more energy it consumes, and the less confident you feel about any choice. But here's where the trick comes in. Your brain is wired to simplify complexity by creating patterns and shortcuts. These shortcuts are called heuristics, mental rules that allow you to make quick decisions without analyzing every tiny detail. One of the most powerful heuristics your brain uses is something psychologists call the default effect. It's the reason you might pick the first option on a menu, choose the preset settings on an app, or go along with the first idea someone suggests in a meeting. Your brain interprets defaults as a signal. This is probably the safe or correct choice. Essentially, your mind is avoiding unnecessary effort. And here's the fascinating part. Once you understand this trick, you can design your environment to make better decisions effortlessly. Let's break it down. There's a famous study involving organ donations in Europe. In countries where citizens had to actively opt in to donate, participation rates were low, sometimes less than 20%. In countries where people were automatically enrolled and had to opt out if they didn't want to donate, participation skyrocketed to over 90%. What changed? The default option. Your brain prefers the path of least resistance. It's not laziness, it's efficiency. This simple tweak in how choices are presented can literally change behavior on a massive scale. And it works in your personal life too. Think about your morning routine. How many times do you waste energy deciding what to eat, what to wear, or which route to take to work? Now imagine setting defaults. A breakfast plan for the week. A capsule wardrobe where outfits are pre-decided. A fixed route that avoids traffic. Suddenly, your brain isn't overwhelmed by trivial decisions anymore. Those small choices are automated, freeing cognitive energy for the decisions that really matter. The trick that makes decisions easy isn't some complex formula. It's learning to use your brain as natural preference for defaults and patterns to your advantage. But it's not just about defaults. Another aspect of this trick involves simplifying your options. Psychologists call this the paradox of choice. When presented with too many options, people tend to experience anxiety, dissatisfaction, and regret. In one experiment, researchers offered shoppers either 24 types of jam or just 6. While the larger display attracted more attention, the shoppers were 10 times more likely to actually buy from the smaller selection. The overwhelming variety created stress, whereas limiting choices made the decision easy and satisfying. This is why minimalism in lifestyle, productivity, and even digital interfaces works so well. Our brains are happiest when the path forward is clear and uncomplicated. Here's a practical example you can apply today. Let's say you want to eat healthier. Instead of staring at a supermarket shelf filled with hundreds of cereals, shakes, and snacks, pick 3 options and stick to them. Your brain quickly adapts to the reduced choice set, and making the right decision becomes almost automatic. Similarly, if you want to exercise regularly, don't overthink the type of workout, the timing, or the equipment. Choose a simple, consistent routine. Your mind will follow the path of least resistance, and consistency becomes easier than struggle. Now, here is another twist that most people overlook. Your emotions and past experiences also act as defaults. Your brain creates a decision template based on previous outcomes. If you've had a positive experience with a certain choice in the past, your mind nudges you toward repeating it. Conversely, if something caused stress or failure, your brain signals avoidance. By consciously reflecting on past decisions, you can reprogram your mental defaults. This is not instant, but it's powerful. You can train your brain to prefer better options automatically, reducing mental effort and anxiety in the process. Let's explore a real-life scenario. Imagine you're deciding whether to respond to an email immediately or wait until later. Most people feel a subtle pressure to act, which triggers stress hormones. Your brain treats delayed response as a risk, but if you set a default rule, check emails only twice a day, you bypass the stress entirely. The decision is easy because the default is already established. Over time, your brain accepts this routine, and you conserve energy for more important tasks. This trick doesn't stop at personal decisions. It's the backbone of many societal systems: subscription services, automatic payments, smartphone notifications, even traffic rules. They all rely on your brain's preference for defaults and simplicity. Marketers, designers, and policymakers understand that humans naturally choose the path of least resistance. And when you're aware of this, you gain a hidden advantage. You can manipulate defaults to work for you, not against you. So, how can you start applying this trick immediately? Step 1. Audit your decisions. Identify areas where you waste mental energy on trivial choices. Step 2. Set defaults or limits. Pre-plan, automate, or reduce options to simplify decision-making. Step 3. Reflect on patterns. Observe which default choices are beneficial and which aren't. Step 4. Adjust consciously. Replace bad habits with better defaults, whether it's meal planning, exercise, work routines, or digital consumption. Here's the key insight. Your brain is not your enemy. It wants to conserve energy and make life manageable. By understanding and leveraging the trick it already uses, defaults, patterns, and simplified choices, you can make decisions faster, reduce stress, and improve outcomes across your life. The complexity you feel when faced with a choice is an illusion. Decisions can be easy. You just need to work with the way your mind is wired. Imagine the possibilities. A morning where you never waste time choosing what to eat, what to wear, or what task to start with. A workday where important decisions feel clear and effortless. A life where mental energy is spent on creativity, relationships, and growth, rather than trivial dilemmas. This is not magic. It's science, psychology, and a deep understanding of human behavior. The trick that makes decisions easy is already inside your mind. All you have to do is recognize it, harness it, and let your brain do what it does best, guide you along the simplest path to success. So the next time you face a tough choice, remember, your brain already has a built-in trick. Defaults, simplified options, and learned patterns are your allies. Use them wisely, and you'll be amazed at how effortless decision-making can become. And if you thought this was insightful, wait until we uncover the next mind trick that subtly controls your actions every single day. You think you're in control? Think again.